Yeah.
Block John Champion. It's 2021, and this is Tough Talk Live, man. So happy to be here. Thursday, 6 p.m. We do this every Thursday. Our first show of 2021, and we're happy to be back. I know I'm happy to be back, and let me just say hello to my main man, John Champion, has been rolling with me for the last several months. Champ, how you doing, brother?
Doing great, brother Tuff. Thanks for having me along.
Hey, I wouldn't have it any other way, man. And before, we got a great guest today, but before I bring that young lady on, we got a sponsor for Tough Talk Live. Yeah, man. We're moving on up like the Jeffersons, man.
Yes,
and
sir.
So I got to read for my new sponsor, and here we go. Do you ever find yourself saying, "I need more energy, I need to be more focused, or I just want to be happy"? If that's the case, I got something just for you. It's called Happy Coffee. Oh, yes, Happy Coffee. It will help increase your energy, increase your ability to focus. But most importantly, John, it will help make you feel happy. Happy Coffee uses natural ingredients along with nootropics that will help enhance your mood. It will help enhance your memory, and it will help make you feel happy. Happy Coffee. It's the new kid on the block. Happy Coffee will energize your day, help you focus and be more productive. Now, make sure you check with your doctor before you try Happy Coffee or any supplement. But it's a brand new year, John. Try Happy Coffee because you deserve to be happy.
That's
Happy Coffee. That's right. You deserve to be happy. It's a great drink. I tried it. It works for me. If you're interested in it, I encourage you to try it. But Happy Coffee, you deserve to be happy. If you're interested, on the screen, you can see where you can go and take a look at it. If you want to buy some, go to elevacity.com/Mr. Tuff, and we'll look out for you. All right. elevacity.com/Mr. Tuff. Sound like a plan, champ?
Sounds like a plan to me, brother. Let's do it.
All right, man. Well, look, we got a great guest today. She's one of the funniest ladies in the business, been in the business. She's a legend. She's been in the business for many, many years. She's funny. She's fine, too. And that's a rare commodity. It's hard usually. You know what I'm saying? Normally it's one or the other. You usually don't get the combination package. But she's funny. She's fine. She's a mother. She's a wife. She's just a great lady. And before I bring her on, let me just play a little clip of her work, all right?
And I'm dating a little bit now, and I've decided I like the nerdy guy. I'm a genius, and I need the intellectual. That's not funny. I need the intellectual. I need the intellectual stimulation, But the thing about dating the nerdy guys, they're so into their heads, they can't always express their passion. So I tried something a little different. I went to the other end of the spectrum, and I dated this guy who was kind of thuggish, I call him Big Country. Big Country. He's about 6'2", muscles, chocolate, and country. Ladies, I'm talking just massive pectoralis major, the V'd athletic waist, dripping in Hershey bar chocolate, and country. I mean, good and country, like you gonna eat your cornbread kind of country, And so the thing about dating Big Country, he didn't quite have command of the English language. See, I'm the chick that paid attention in English class. I need subject-verb agreement, okay? It's gonna make me mad. I need subject-verb agreement. So he talking and stuff. I said, baby, you just dangled a participle right there. He said, I'm a man. I ain't dangle part of nothing. I dangle the whole simple. I'm like, really, boo? Really? So in the interest of the relationship, I didn't want to end it right away. I said, so don't speak. Just don't speak. I'm a helpless, hopeless romantic. Write me love letters, but don't speak. So Big Country wrote me some love letters, y'all. Love letters. They had so many misspelled words in it, run-on sentences and stuff. I couldn't take it. I just graded it and gave it back to him.
Hey, put your hands together for my friend, the one and only Deborah Terry. Deborah.
Hey, 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 how you doing?
How you doing? What's going on?
Tara, how you doing, Tara?
I'm good. Very good. Blessed and highly favored. What a
You're
pleasure.
looking good, Tara.
Oh, thank you very much. This is the best that I can do without surgery, Deb.
There you go.
This is it. This is all I got.
In the words of Luther, keep it right there. Keep it right there.
That's right. So how
you go a long way back.
Deborah, say hello to my main man, John Champ.
John Champion, how you doing?
Deborah, it's good to see you. I know you and Terry go a long way back.
Yes, we go back like recliners. That's how far back we go.
Well, look, Deb, you know, you're on the show. What you been up to? How you been doing? How's the family? How's comedy? Comedy's crazy right now. I know how that is, but you know, what's going on?
Yeah, I've been doing some virtual shows. You know, that, as the young folks say, it hit different. It's a little different when you're doing a virtual show and you hear nothing because everybody has to be muted, you know. And as you know, Terry, John, the comedy is interactive, and I see you laughing at all the little screens or whatever. It's a whole different thing, but it's a lot safer.
Yeah.
And I'm also I got married again, and for real this time. And I married a pastor. He was a pastor when we got married, and now he's a consecrated bishop and in the Lord's church.
I thought you were going to say he fell off the wagon after y'all got married. You know, he backslid.
Yes, I'm the carnal part of the relationship. Keep him praying. I have increased his prayer life. That is for sure.
So
he's a wonderful guy. We have a ministry. We have a blended family. I think between the two of us, we have 6 children and grandchildren, and we're just doing life. Yeah. I'm working at Wake Forest Baptist Health. I am a psychometrist. I do memory testing for the Alzheimer's Disease Research Center. I went back to grad school and got my Master of Counseling. And so, yeah, I'm doing it, but I've always dabbled in psychology. Terry, you know, even doing comedy is psychology. You have to sort of read the audience and all of that. I've always been interested in that. So I stay busy. That's
incredible, because you're fitting right into what's happening right now, the power of the Black woman. You know, the Black woman is showing out right now. And they should have been displayed many, many years ago. But, you know, America, the world is finding out how powerful a Black woman is.
I'm glad you said that, because we've been giving it all we've got forever. We're just now getting some recognition for it. I mean, it is like, for a Black woman, there are no excuses. We do what we have to do, and we keep doing it, whether not to get a pat on the back. It's just who we are.
Yeah, people don't understand. Black women are the original MacGyvers. You know what I'm saying? God. You know, because, you know, Black women have been making things happen with the little ability for years. You know, thank God for Black women. I know Joe Biden is on his knees every night, saying thank God for a Black woman.
Listen, if he lets my soror Kamala Harris onto that budget, she'll get the whole country's budget straightened out in no time. I promise you, and have money left over.
You know, you brought her up, Kamala, and sometimes I get frustrated because she's married to a white man, and I say to myself, how did she get away? Damn it! Who
messed up?
It's all about the spinners. How did I let you get away? Right.
Yeah, I mean, hey, champ, she's a diamond in the rough. How did we let her get away from the hood and go, you know, to the suburbs, and then end up, and she's in a blended family because she married a white man who has grown kids. So, I mean, how did we let her get away? I
think someone could not appreciate her diversity. I mean, you know, just to be so fly and confident that you wear pearls and Chuck Taylors. Come on. You are comfortable with yourself and you need no explanation. And if you don't fit into a little box for certain people, it's just not going to work if you don't do the look that I want you to have. But that sister is bad to the bone. Oh my God.
She is. And Champ, I mean, you know, just it is so exciting when I see a sister in that position, man. I mean, because, you know, to be honest with you, when Michelle was there, I really thought she was the vice president. I didn't really think.
You know, what you say?
I didn't really see her as Barack's wife. I saw her as, you know, the VP, you know, because, you know, Joe was just, you know, stumbling around the White House. so hey, Champ, tell us about that picture with W. What was W doing?
Oh wow, that picture's all over the internet. W is standing behind Michelle, and he just has this look on his face like, I ain't never seen nothing like this. Oh my God.
Listen, he reminds me of Harlem Nights. Let me speak to your mama.
Yeah,
I ain't never coming home.
Put your mind on something.
The picture is so. I mean, the picture is awesome because he's staring at her butt like, damn.
And that smirk on his face.
Yeah, because I know when he get home, and look at Ellie Mae, he'd be like, damn.
Well,
ain't this some
my daddy told me wrong. Exactly.
You know, I mean, but you know, and I don't mean to change the subject, but I've kind of gained some respect for W. I didn't appreciate his politics, most of it when he was in the White House, but after he's left the White House, he has seemed to you know, to change or to be able to look at the world as the world is and be willing to change. You know what I'm saying? Do you guys see that?
Absolutely. And I think for me, when I saw that 3 ex-presidents came to the inauguration, that spoke volumes of just how committed they are to unity and doing what's best for the country and not their own selfish interest. Put aside the party. Like, let's come here. We're rallying behind them to get this country back on track. And even when George Bush came in and when he beat when President Barack Obama came in, I mean, he handed it over. It was classy. They did everything that they were supposed to do. Yeah, and then after 2 terms, President Barack Obama, he handed over, brought them in, trying to give them, you know, a little transition, what to do. But that joker number 45.
Yeah, you know, the devil went down to Georgia. You know,
oh my
God. Here's the thing, man, and I'm glad you made that transition to the inauguration and the whole politics thing, man. You know, this white on white crime that happened at our Capitol. I mean, you know, first of all, here's the real story. If that would have been Black Lives Matter, they would have slaughtered them. They would have killed all of them.
It would have been a bloody war. There would have been bodies in the streets. We would have never made it to the door, to the steps. We would have been dead, period. So that lets you know it was a whole conspiracy. Everybody, whoever was in on it, they had all of this set up. There is no way that anybody could have gotten to the Capitol like that so easily. No way.
No way. No way. No way. And you know, and I feel so bad for that the black cop that was running up the steps. You know he was.
Oh, but you know he was. It looked like he was running away. He was actually leading them in a direction.
Yeah, he was leading them as he ran.
But he was leading them away from Pence and the others, and so he promoted, and he's getting an award and everything. So yay!
So am I a bad human being because the whole time he was running up the steps, I was like, shoot! Don't you have a damn gun? I thought he had a gun on his side.
But even if he did, how many bullets did he have?
I didn't know. I just shot all of them.
It was a mob.
Okay, there'd have been 6 dead of them. 6 of them would have been dead.
I got 6 of them.
And then I threw my gun and hit the other one. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean,
and one got a concussion.
But seriously, did he not have a gun on his side?
Now I don't know, but you know, I guess because I mean, had he shot, he knew it just would have been that would have been it for him, and then he would not have been in place to try to do what he was trained to do.
The others, yeah.
Well, it turned out well for him because, like you said,
It did.
he got a promotion, you know, and you know he's probably got an office now with a window. And so
initially, it looked like they were punking him. Initially, it really did, like he was getting punked seriously.
Yeah.
But thankfully, he was like, I got this, and he did what he needed to do. So kudos, sir.
That brother was calling on the radio. He was trying to get some help. He was calling.
Yes, as he was running.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, you know, thank God that he didn't get hurt.
Right.
Know, it's I'm glad
those people were crazy.
Yeah, and are still crazy.
Yeah.
And are still crazy. And what fascinated me or kind of pissed me off was I actually saw 1 or 2 black people participating.
Well,
yeah, I know.
There's their little hearts.
You know, even when we go back to slavery,
they got caught up. They got caught up in the moment.
There's always, even in slavery, there was always 1 or 2 that, you know, look like us, but they just they
that ain't us, baby.
That ain't us, man. They were the Jason Whitlocks of slavery. You know, they so but you know the black people were the first people that got arrested because they were so easily you could identify them.
There's one, and there's one.
Y'all come with us. Come on now, get in the car now. Let's go. But so yeah, it was. But the inauguration itself,
wow,
was beautiful. And the crowd was still bigger than Trump's, and it was.
And they were socially distanced.
Yeah, absolutely.
With their mask, everything respectful. And I would be curious. I hate to go back to the insurrection, but I would be curious how many COVID cases came out of that.
No, but you just said insurrection. Did you see where Schumer? Did you hear what Schumer said about he's the majority leader in the Senate now. So last week he was speaking and Donald Trump, and he caused an erection at the I should have got that clip and played it. I forgot to play that clip.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
He said,
it was a long day for Chuck. He was ready to go home.
He said Donald Trump caused an erection at the Capitol. I'm like, did he really? I know they like him, but I didn't know it was.
That's too much.
That's too much. That's too much.
I mean, the late night shows was killing him.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you got to Google that clip. I should have got that clip. I forgot to bring that. But yeah, and just sometimes. What is your job, Deb? The memory thing?
I am a psychometrist.
Yeah, email Senator Schumer, and maybe because he may need that.
Well, I'm just saying. Well, with my counseling degree, I have sort of diagnosed number 45, and as along with a lot of others, he has serious problems. Yeah. He's in the book. There is a diagnosis, several diagnoses for him. He's got issues for real.
Donald Trump, first of all, he had childhood disorders, and when your sister says he ain't worth a dime, his sister said he ain't worth a dime walking or riding. When your blood come out, pay attention. And so he's but it's amazing to me. Well, I guess it's not. Because he freed up the racists in America. He gave them the courage to say what they've been wanting to say publicly for many, many years.
Absolutely. He brought them out.
Yeah.
Brought them out.
But put the genie back in the bottle now.
Yeah. But it's borderline a cult, in my opinion. I mean,
it makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Any halfway decent, normal thinking person would not believe or follow anything that he says, because it's all about him.
Yeah.
Anybody else.
But here's the problem. He's not gone away. He's Freddy Krueger.
He's working on 4 more years.
Is it Freddy? Is it Freddy the one that keeps coming back, champ, or Jason? Which one?
Can't kill him. Either one of them.
I think both of them. They both of them keep coming back.
Can't kill him.
Yeah.
I mean, he is like herpes, man.
He's gonna lay low for a while, and then until another outbreak.
Oh my God! Ridiculous.
He's gonna lay low until another outbreak. Oh, geez.
It's like you got Donald Trump all around your mouth.
And now people going around talking about it's not Trump, it's just a cold sore. Same thing. Same thing.
That's crazy, man.
Crazy.
Oh man, that's fun. Yeah, he's not going away, and so we're going to have to deal with him. And I feel like there's going to be some crazy stuff that's going to happen in this country very soon. I'm not trying to speak anything into existence,
Right.
But it actually started before he left. That gentleman in Nashville who blew himself up in his camper.
Right. What the world?
Look, he just pulled up and just played music and then blew himself up. You got to be, I might blow somebody else up, but
my question is, I think it was a distraction. I don't know from what. I just think it was, not only was he crazy, but it was a distraction to get the attention on this and take it away from something else. And I think as things unfold, we'll find out later what it was.
You may be right, because
that's just my 2 cents.
See, they played like they were not aware of him.
Mm-hmm.
They were aware. His girlfriend called him in 2019, said, look, dude's got guns and he's building bombs in his camper, in his trailer. And they would not go in and check it out. They said, well, now see, that's the thing though. If he'd have been black, if he'd have been, from the Middle East.
Before they hung up from their call, somebody would be at his door.
True.
Before she hung up the phone, somebody been. Hold on. Wait a minute, I gotta go. Somebody at the door.
Right at the door for your ass.
I am not building any bombs in my house. I live here. This is my home. I own a gas station. But no, I'm just saying, I shouldn't do that.
And a 7-Eleven.
Yes.
I love it. You guys are crazy.
Do you want Slurpee? No, I'm just.
Or Big Goat.
See, but yeah, it's just crazy. And then to top it off, we're still dealing with this virus, man. This virus is just, it has changed the whole game. Everything.
Everybody's in timeout.
Everybody's in timeout. And you have to assume when you go out that everybody's got the virus.
That's exactly right.
Yes, you can't step out and say, oh, no, he's cool. No, everybody's got the virus. And, so you got to protect yourself. And I tell my sons this, because younger generations, sometimes they get, kind of lackadaisical and,
That's exactly right. Absolutely.
Yeah. And I tell my sons, I'm like, dude, you got to watch yourself, man. I know he's a nice guy. I know she's a fine young lady.
You don't know where they've been.
That's
exactly what they're doing when they're not around you. Exactly.
They're not in your bubble.
That's exactly right.
And you're going to start seeing bubbles.
Now, the question for you, champ, the question for you, Deborah, they have 2 vaccines on the market. Pfizer has a vaccine. Moderna has a vaccine.
Moderna.
Are you going to take the vaccine when it gets to our age group?
I haven't taken it yet because I have had the opportunity to take it where I work. And I need to know a little more you know, it's everything has happened so quickly, and I understand the sense of urgency, wanting to sort of get it under control, get the virus under control. But I don't know enough. I'm not saying that I won't take it, maybe at some point, but I haven't yet. And you know, the history of is just it hadn't been good for us. We've been the guinea pigs for so many things, and you know, I
don't. You're right. You know,
it's scary. It's scary. It really is. I'm gonna take it. I'm terrified, but I'm gonna take it because I want to get on the step to trying to get back to a normal life. So I'm just gonna take it and pray. We're gonna hope for the best.
Yeah, I haven't. I'm kind of like Deborah. I haven't made a decision yet. I'm trying to see if if any of my friends fall out, and you know.
Like, oh, that didn't work.
You're gonna step right over champ. Well, that's something I won't be doing. I'm like, hey, because I didn't, I never noticed before that you had 3 arms, but I don't, I'm kind of concerned. But because in the back of my mind is Tuskegee.
Absolutely.
And here's the deal. Here's the real deal. The Tuskegee experiment really wasn't that long ago. People act like
when you in the scheme of things.
Yeah, people act like, oh, that was long. No, that ended in the 70s. That's when it was fully acknowledged when they put they put a investigative group together in the 70s to determine whether or not the men were being treated injected with syphilis. And you really didn't need a specialist to figure that out. They tricked black men by saying, yeah, come on in, it's free. And and then when they got sick, they just said, it's a blood disease. They didn't tell. And the thing that drives me wild every time I read about it is they had a cure. They knew penicillin would kill it, but they would not give it to the brothers because they wanted to see how it would affect them throughout their life. Man, how evil are you?
Yeah, all for the sake of a study.
Yeah,
they were the guinea pigs, or in a lot of clinical research, the rats.
Yeah,
the brothers like rats, the experimental rats.
So we've got there's a lot of history there. We have the right to be apprehensive, because we just don't know. But I probably will take it, because it's I don't want to be the last person that don't get it. Everybody else got it, and then I'm but maybe by then the so-called herd immunity will kick in, and I won't have to take it. My own immune system will be so damn strong, like Superman,
Right.
And so
I have another theory. I think that because it was not handled properly when the United States found out that China had it and didn't really secure the borders soon enough. And then once they secured the borders, and as people were coming in from China, it had already spread, just like wildfire anyway. I believe.
But Deborah, do we really know? Did it really start in China? I mean, is that the facts or
no? I don't know if it started in China, but we knew that China was having a tremendous outbreak of it, and the United States knew about it, but did not tell the American public, nor did they do anything as people who were traveling from China were coming back into the country and going to their prospective places and through all the airports and this, that, and the other. So I believe that most of us, and this is just the gospel according to Deborah, I believe that most of us have in some way already been exposed to it. I really do believe that. Some symptoms are worse than others, but I believe most of us have already been exposed to it. And now these other strains that are coming in that are 7 times more contagious and like.
Deborah, I'm gonna tell you something. This is the truth, and I believe you. At the end of 2018, I had something that I don't know what the hell it was, man. And my body was aching. I went to doctors, to my primary physician, and she was just saying, "Yo, well, you must have the flu." And I'm like, "Man, this ain't no. I don't know. You know, everything." Right. It was the craziest. And I thought and after the virus hit in 19, I started saying, "Okay, I think it was here before. I think it was."
Oh, it's Terry. It's been on the Lysol can for years. Coronavirus is not new. On the Lysol cans, it would say kills coronavirus. I think they have now since removed that. Coronavirus is not new. It's just it reached a pandemic level. It's not new. So people release this stuff, you know. My conspiracy theory is part of a purge. Got to get rid of some people. You know?
Yeah. Population control.
Yeah.
Population control. Absolutely. And
so I think we've all been exposed, and it's just unfortunate that so many people were exposed, and a lot of people have died unnecessarily, but I think that was part of the plan.
And it's always fascinating to me that every disease always tops the list in the Black community. We are always at the top of the list for every damn disease. Now, okay, are we responsible for some of that? Perhaps. You know, we do need to change some of our habits, our eating habits.
Right.
We need to exercise.
Right.
We need to sleep, get rest, you know, and keep drugs and alcohol out of our systems. You know, really, I mean, you know, there's a lot of things that we can do in our Black community that we can change a lot of things for ourselves.
Absolutely, because our immune systems aren't doing what they were designed to do because they've been compromised by all the other garbage and mistreatment of our bodies. And so it just can't do what it's supposed to do.
Because, you know, when we were in Africa, when our ancestors were in Africa, you know, that they were the strongest beings on earth. I mean, their immune systems were at the top of the chart. But when we came to America and got watered down, you know, because we not 100% anymore, you know, and I think I told you this story, Deborah. Last year, my family owned some property, and so I became the administrator of the property. And going through all the information, I found out that my great grandmother was a white woman. Nobody told me that. Now it answered a lot of questions for me, you know.
I know one. You can't dance, bruh.
As you said, there are times when I lose rhythm on the dance floor. I'm like, what happened? You know, that's
it's like you got a tick or something.
It just drops out, you know.
and then one of my favorite words is perhaps. I love that word. Nobody in my family, perhaps. You know, I just you know. And so
for no reason.
Yeah, perhaps. But yeah, so you're exactly right. But we are in charge of our health, not our doctors, not our primary physicians. My doctor is you know, we work together. We're a team.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know your body. You got to advocate for yourself and not just take whatever you're being told.
But I make the final decision about, you know, what's going to happen. And so, but we need to take charge, you know, and
now, you know, I'm seeing where a lot of Blacks and Latinos are not interested in getting this vaccine, you know.
Yeah. Well,
like,
I mean, I understand why, you know, especially the Black community. I understand, you know, our history, you know, so, you know, I'm anxious to see what the future turns out. I can't afford to keep wasting these years. You know, as I get older, I'm getting older. I don't have a lot of years to keep. 2020 was a waste. I ain't do nothing. You know,
oh my gosh,
I'm still here.
You were a house husband.
And it's, you know,
Mr. Mom.
You know, what's the songwriter says, you know, it's like a jungle sometimes. it makes me wonder, you know.
So keep from going under.
Absolutely, man, because, you know, when you're in the house with your spouse all day, every day, I mean, you notice everything. You know.
Oh, a lot of marriages have broken up since the virus because people have had to live together and they can't live together because they, you know, it's a lot of
it's difficult for me because I'm always on the go. You know, very seldom do I spend a full week at home. You know what I'm saying? And so there's a lot of things that happen that I don't know about, you know, and which is fine with me, you know, because you know, but now every day it's, you know.
There he is again. There she is again.
You know, and I'll be truthful with you. You know, we sleep in different rooms. You know,
you got old, Terry.
No, just got. I'm cool with it.
The different schedules.
Yeah.
Up during the night, all kinds of crazy stuff. So
it's just different, man. So,
but Terry, I bet you creep though, don't you?
when she ain't here.
Listen. No, sir. No, sir. I am not co-signing that. No.
No, you know, I'm afraid to creep anywhere else.
This virus.
Corona gotcha. Corona.
The virus has killed cheating.
So hey, baby, I'm gonna have to check your temperature at the door.
Hey, look, side pieces.
I have some screening questions. Some screening questions for you. You can travel to a large city or internationally.
You know what I'm saying?
If someone who has tested positive for corona.
Hey, Deborah, John, side pieces have filed for unemployment.
I love it. I love it. Side piece benefit.
That's not funny.
It is
That's not funny.
They have filed for chapter. What's the bankruptcy?
Chapter 13 and chapter 7 and man, can't even have a maintenance man anymore, huh?
That's funny. We're gonna have to share this show. This is a good show on your timeline, Deborah, and on your timeline, John.
Okay.
I already did. I've got it out there. That's it.
I'll clean it up. I'll clean it up and send it to us. You know, one of the things that has happened in the Biden administration that started in the Obama administration was they were going to put Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill. You remember that?
Yeah.
And then that idiot came into the White House and stopped the whole process. Didn't want to put Harriet on the $20 bill. After all the black people she led to freedom. And damn it, we could use her now because there's some brothers that she could lead out of slavery that need to be led out of slavery right now. She can get Kanye out. You know.
My God.
She could lead him to freedom. You know. Was
it Lil Wayne?
Lil Wayne. She could. You know, Kodak Black. She could lead those brothers to freedom.
Not the Underground Railroad, but the MARTA in Atlanta. Catch the Metro.
That's it.
So, but anyway, it's back on. Joe Biden has picked it back up, and it looks like they're going to put Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill. I think that's just a beautiful thing, man.
I think so too. Now, there are people have gotten mixed emotions about it. Some people say that it's a dishonor to put her on the $20 bill because she's replacing Andrew Jackson, who was a very racist president.
Yeah.
And he's still going to be, his statue is still going to be on the back of the $20 bill, and she's going to be on the front. And again, just some people think that because of the history of slavery, putting her on legal tender on a dollar bill and using her likeness to trade back and forth, passing money is kind of like paying white debt or something. So
I was not aware of that, Deborah.
Yeah,
I hadn't heard that either. That's crazy.
And I have a real problem with that myself.
Yeah.
Andrew Jackson was a horrible human being, you know, and so to have her on the front and putting him on the back is almost saying it's okay or somehow, you know what I'm saying? No, if they're going to put her on the $20 bill, she should own it
and get him off of it.
Yeah. put him on a penny or something. You know? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because pennies are obsolete now. Nobody, you know, put him on the damn penny. But we're not gonna split the difference.
Right.
You know? Yeah.
Right. If you're gonna honor her, honor her.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
you know,
only her.
That's exactly right. I was not aware of that. I'm glad to know that.
That's great.
Because that changes the way I feel about it.
Yeah. I mean, and I guess, you know, it's almost like you kind of, well, at least we get something.
Yeah, but we've been settling for that for
my. Yeah.
You know, and
Forever and a day.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, because when I walk into a store and say, hey, let me have 2 tubs and a 5, you know what I'm saying? I want I don't want to be reminded of Andrew at all.
Put that tub on you.
That's exactly right. You know what I'm saying?
Tubs?
2 tubs?
Yeah, $40. $40, Tara. 2 tubs.
Yeah. So, you know, I agree with that. Either she gets it all the way or not at all.
Yes. Yeah.
You know, I can dig that. So, you know, and I don't know how we push that. We write our senators, we write our, you know.
And I don't think a lot of people kind of know that. I mean, I just did some of my research I came across that. And so, I mean, I don't think that's something that people even know, that Andrew Jackson is still going to be on the back of it, and why.
Yeah.
Statue of him is going to be on the back.
And you know, I know your girls, y'all in the same sorority, you know, you ought to holler at Kamala and say, hey, look at this, you know, Tuff she needed to be on both sides, you know.
Right. And we pledged at the same time.
Really?
Yep. She's one of my sands. We pledged spring of 1986.
See, I wanted to join a fraternity, man, but my roommate in college was a Kappa. I was on Pledge Noob. I was the president of the MIC Club. You know, in the summertime, MIC Club, men interested in Kappa, we would raise money. So I was actually the treasurer of the MIC Club for a year. And so everything was going good until one night I came to my room and the scrollers were coming out of the room. It was like 6 of them, and all of them were crying, just crying. And so I asked my roommate, Ron, I said, Ron, what's going on with the scrollers? He said, don't worry about it. You'll find out when you pledge. I was like, oh, no, hell, no, I won't play. I said, I mean, that's why I left home. You know, get my ass beat. That's
I ain't gonna let you do it.
Yeah, I left home because of ass whoopings. You think I'm gonna come here and just, you know, enroll for some ass whoopings
and pay you money to let you do that?
You know what I'm saying? I want to be like white fraternities. Let me pay some money and burn down a frat house. I'm in. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Have a party.
Yeah. So, you know, but yeah. So they were like, well, you know, can you give us, you know, the money that's in the treasury? I was like, look here.
What happened?
Yeah, I'm gonna call my dad and see.
I'm gonna give that IOU.
Yeah, you know,
get y'all a check.
I had to use some of that for my classes. And so,
hey, John, his fraternity was not KA Psi, it was IOU.
Yeah, exactly.
Lord, that fraternity was ATM. I hear you. Wait a second.
ATM.
By myself, I had my own step shows.
Oh
yeah.
Oh my God.
But we were talking earlier about, you know, the comedians not being able to travel now, and I got to hit my sponsor here in a minute coming up. But we were talking about comedians not being able to travel because of COVID.
Right.
I look out, and my main man, Dave Chappelle,
God, I know,
tested positive for COVID, man.
What he's doing already.
But they're saying that, you know, he was asymptomatic.
Yeah.
Okay, but you still had it, and
yeah,
you could be asymptomatic and still, you know, expose and infect other people. So
yeah.
but supposedly they, got people tested and all of that, and
But my question was, and I reached out to Tony Woods, and Tony and Chappelle go way back, and we all go way back. We all used to work when Chappelle was a kid. Why? I know he doesn't need money. Why put yourself in that situation? The same thing happened with DL, and I called DL because DL's a good friend.
He passed out on stage.
Fell out on stage. That's why I called him, because I thought it was part of the show. I was like, what the hell? D done added something new to the show, and he fell off the stool, and I was like, no, that he hit kind of hard. I know he can act a little bit, but that don't. And I was like, D, man, why would you put yourself in that situation? He said, Tuff, I love keeping my chops sharp. I was like, I understand, but you got your radio show. I know you're making plenty of money. Why would you do that? And the same thing with Chappelle. Why put yourself in that situation? If you don't have to.
But you know what? I remember years ago when I was out in LA and I was at the Comedy Store, and I was, Terry, how you had to sign up to go on, and hopefully you wouldn't get bumped by like Eddie Murphy or somebody who come in and just mess up the whole lineup. So I'm actually going to go up at the Comedy Store. I am so excited. I'm waiting. All of a sudden they come out, they change the list. Looks like nobody's going up. I'm like, what do you mean I'm going up? This wheelchair goes by me, and I'm like, oh my God, it was Richard Pryor. A wheelchair. They put him up on the stage. Even with a microphone, he still spoke barely above a whisper.
Yep.
And he destroyed that place. In the back of the room, one, crying because I get to see the legendary Richard Pryor, but two, crying because I understood how he can't help it. He's got to do it.
Yeah.
Addiction.
Yeah. Comedy is addictive.
Oh my God. It is an addiction. It's therapeutic. It's funny when you get that. When you get that rush, that laugh, it's like that's high. I've never done drugs like that, but you can't be.
There's only one feeling that's comparable. But we'll move on. There's only one.
I say that I'm thinking like Chappelle and DL. They just got to do it again because we know it's not for the money, but they just can't help it. They just can't help it.
Yeah, and that's.
But we have to be responsible though.
Well, and I understand it, and there are the road warriors, the comedians I call road warriors, who have to be out there because they don't have that bankroll like DL or Chappelle, and so they're taking those chances. And if you're a comedian that hasn't put his money away wisely, right now you're struggling. My heart goes out to comedians who didn't spend wisely, who
my gosh,
who thought they were going to make that money every week, because comedy money is addictive. And
it's quick.
Yeah, you work two or three days a week, and it can average $1,500, $2,000, $3,000 a week, easy. And you get
or a show.
or a show, and then you saying, okay, don't worry about it. I'm gonna spend that this week because I know I got next week. I'm doing this next week. I'm in Denver next week. I'm doing, and then all of a sudden
everything's shut down.
Yeah. And
for a year.
One of the things that happened to me early in my career, I had a development deal with New World Entertainment. And one of the things that saved me for years is that I'm married to this woman right here because she can squeeze a dollar bill. So I was frustrated about turning my money over to her and my kids. But I will tell you this right now, I'm so damn glad I did.
Yeah.
Now I am. Then it was, I was basically I was walking around broke, but I would just bring my money home and everybody else spent it, and I just have to say I'm blessed right now. And Deborah, I know you probably feel the same way,
Absolutely.
John,
Absolutely.
You feel it. I'm not saying I'm rich or anything like that, but I can pay the bills. I'm okay. I'm not worried.
Absolutely. All my needs are met.
Yeah.
I pick and choose gigs.
Yep.
You know, my husband and I have a saying, every dollar is not your dollar.
That's exactly right. And before the pandemic hit, and I want people to remember this, we were working on a church comedy tour, Deborah Terry and myself, and it was getting ready to pick up. And then all of a sudden the pandemic hit and everything just canceled. So we're hoping and I'm praying that once the pandemic clears, and it's gonna be like 2022, perhaps we can
see
get
that
back.
poster in the back?
Yeah.
That's a poster from one of the shows we did in 2013, Terry.
Oh man.
2013 at the was it St. John, St. James? What is it?
Can you grab it and bring it closer? Let's see. Because
I'm gonna get up, but I'm gonna get up.
Yeah.
St. Paul.
St. Paul. Let's see this, man. I forget.
Was that St. Paul and Raleigh?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
Oh man, look at that.
Wow. That's beautiful.
Damn, Deborah, can I get a copy of that?
Look at that. Look at that. All right.
I think it was one they had at the church and I asked for it.
Nice.
Oh man, that's beautiful, Deb.
Yep. I still got it.
Brings back memories. Memories, man. My.
Yep.
All right.
I've moved twice since then. It's made both moves, so
I know that's right. Quick read here. You guys, while you hang on with me, y'all can jump in if you want. I got to do my sponsor read here. So here we go. I got to bring it up. Okay. Do you ever find yourself saying, I need more energy?
I need more energy.
I need to be more focused. Or I just want to be happy. If that's the case, I got something just for you. It's called Happy Coffee.
Happy Coffee.
Oh, yes. Happy Coffee will help increase your energy. Deborah, it will increase your ability to focus.
Woo.
But most importantly, John, it will help make you feel happy. Happy
Coffee. Be happy.
Yes. Happy Coffee uses natural ingredients along with nootropics that will help enhance your mood. It will help enhance your memory, and it will help make you feel happy. Happy Coffee. Happy Coffee. The new kid on the block. Happy Coffee will help energize your day, help you focus, and be more productive. Now, make sure you check with your doctor before you try Happy Coffee or any supplement. But it's a brand new year, Deborah, John. Try Happy Coffee.
Happy Coffee.
You deserve to be happy. Happy Coffee.
Happy Coffee.
That's right.
I don't know, Terry. It sounds like that's got weed in it. That's what it sounds.
No, it's actually very good.
The natural ingredients.
And they don't just, it's just not coffee. There's tea. There are supplements. So you can see on the screen there. If you're interested, you go to elevacity.com/Mr. Tuff, and they will take care of you. So elevacity.com/Mr. Tuff.
We all need some happiness. Yes, Deborah.
It's weed.
Looks
like coffee. It's weed.
That'll be my next sponsor because it's
legal now. It's legal place.
It's legal almost in every state now. So I'll be happy to sponsor a weed house.
Oh my God!
I ain't got to smoke it to sell it. You know what I'm saying? But and by the way, if you're interested in sponsoring Tuff Talk Live, you can hit me up at tootough2stop@gmail.com. tootough2stop@gmail. Or if you want to be a guest on the show, tootough2stop@gmail.com. I'll get that information up before the night's out. I'll put that up on the screen for you as well. Let's move on here because I want to talk about sports. There's a little sports that I want to talk about, and
okay.
I want to talk about, and we're going to probably run over tonight. We normally work till 7, but if you guys, Deborah, you got time to stay with us?
Just a little bit. My husband is home, so I'm just saying.
Well, if he's waited this long, he can wait a little longer.
That's not your call to make, sir. Look, we sleep in the same room. Is that foolishness you do?
I ain't mad at you. But I want to talk about sports. I want to talk about Charles Barkley because I'll be honest with you. I'm beginning to be very tired Charles Barkley. I think he is the Jason Whitlock of professional sports, and he's always trying to find a way to justify the actions of racist people, in my opinion. And so he made a comment on TNT Sports last week about the virus and who he thinks should get the vaccine first. So I'll play the clip and then we'll comment on it.
Well, I think they should let the NBA players and coaches all get the vaccine. That's just my personal opinion. I don't think you could
That's
put
a tough
the
call,
healthiest
Chuck.
people in the world. We're talking
at the front of the line.
We need 300 million shots. Giving 1,000 to some NBA players.
What about NFL?
NFL, I'm just getting ready to say NFL players, hockey players. Listen, as much taxes as these players pay, let me repeat that. As much taxes as these players pay, they deserve some preferential treatment.
For life and death?
Yes.
The amount of money you make.
I said taxes. I didn't say the amount of money you make.
Well, that's on taxes.
I'm saying the amount of taxes these guys pay.
No. We can't go there. No. I don't think you could go there.
Now,
Wow.
he just showed his ignorance, because Kenny Smith is the only one on the show really, and Ernie Johnson is cool too. Shaq is starting to get on my nerves as well, but he also just showed his ignorance, because Kenny says, so the amount of money you make should determine if you get a vaccine. And Charles said, no, I didn't say money. How much money? I said taxes. And I'm like, dude, it's
that's based on the amount of money you make.
Yeah, that's the same. That's what he's saying. It's the same thing, Chucky. He is just, he is constantly making comments like this, and he's constantly coming down on the young players in the NBA. Kyrie Irving, for example, he talks about Kyrie like Kyrie is a mental patient or something, just because Kyrie is different, just because Kyrie is a thinking man. Kyrie took time off from playing in the NBA a couple of weeks ago because he was upset about what happened at the nation's capital. It bothered him that much that he took time off. Well, Charles talking about, making all that money you owe it. You need to make a decision, get yourself. I'm like, dude, you're not on his level. You don't know what he cares. He cares.
That's
about
exactly right.
That's
crazy. Yeah, I think a lot of it. I think one of it is ignorance. It's ignorance for sure. But then the whole shock value and trying to stay relevant, or because he's so ridiculous, they'll put him on any show. He gets paid. He stays visible, relevant in his mind. But it's just a bigger display of the ignorance.
It really is. And
people do just to stay in the limelight.
Yeah.
It can get crazy.
He is a disgrace. And
so basically only rich people would get the virus based on him.
Yeah.
The vaccine.
And he forgets.
Get the vaccine. I said the virus. We get the vaccine, because they pay more taxes. But he's saying it for the sports,
Yeah. But he's a brother who came from poverty. He came from poverty.
Oh, he forgot.
Yeah.
I'm not there anymore. It doesn't apply.
Just because you're in a certain tax bracket, God don't care about what tax bracket you're in, my man.
Make it fair for everybody.
Yeah, you don't never see a Brinks truck following a hearse. There's a reason for that. God don't care about how much money you have. Dr. King said, when I die, don't tell nobody about my Nobel Peace Prize. Ain't nobody interested in that. Tell them I did something for somebody, that I helped somebody else.
I tried to help somebody.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's because Doc had.
That's what it's all about.
That's exactly right. At the end of the day, that's what you want your legacy. That's what you want your epitaph to read. Nobody on your epitaph. You don't. Well, I made $1 million. Nobody cares about how much. But what did you do for that young brother behind you, or that young sister behind you?
Right.
Did you tell?
We're all put here to do something.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Contribute to society. All of us.
And just telling somebody sometimes just hello or God bless you or
absolutely. Have a nice day.
It's much more valuable than $1 million. It's much, or telling a young black man that you are valuable, that you have greatness in you, and you can be what you want to be. Can't nobody stop you but you. That's much more valuable than any amount of money. And so, you know, Chucky, I'm just not a fan of his because, you know, sometimes we have a tendency to forget who we are and where we came from. And, you know, but reality has a way of bringing you back home, you know, because what do they say? The elevators go up, the elevators come down too. You know, Deborah, we're going to get you out of here real quick. We're going to get out here. It's Thursday. We always do a throwback video on Thursday. This week, we're going to highlight none other than the great Hank Aaron. Hank Aaron passed away this week. And it kind of takes me back, Deborah, to what we were talking about earlier. You know, a couple weeks, I think it was a couple weeks before he died, John, and let me make sure I'm right. Was soon before he died, they take the vaccine. Do we know?
You know, I don't know for sure. Let me, maybe by the time the clip is over, I'll have
But because I know that's the question now, people are asking, because they're saying he was healthy. Everything was fine, you know, and then, you know, all of a sudden he passed away. So, you know, and there are people are saying, well, did the vaccine have something to do with death of Hank Aaron? And John, you told me today.
January the 5th, Tuesday, January 5th.
He took the vaccine. And he died
at the School of Medicine in Morehouse.
Wow.
And he
18 days after he got the shot.
What was he, 84? But he was healthy. Everybody was saying he was healthy. He was so healthy.
Yeah.
Anyway, here's a clip of Hank, and then we'll get out of here. All right. I won't run the whole clip.
Once again, a standing ovation for Henry Aaron. So the confrontation for the second time. Aaron walked in the second inning. He means the tying run at the plate now. So we'll see what Downing does. Al at the belt delivers, and he's low. Ball one. And that just adds to the pressure. The crowd booing. Downing has to ignore the sound effects and stay a professional and pitch his game. 1 ball and no strikes. Aaron waiting. The outfield deep and straight away. Fastball is a high drive into deep left center field. Buckner goes back to the fence. It is gone. Baseball, what a marvelous moment for Atlanta and the state of Georgia. What a marvelous moment for the country and the world. A black man is getting a standing ovation in the Deep South for breaking a record of an all-time baseball idol. And it is a great moment for all of us, and particularly for Henry Aaron, who was met at home plate not only by every member of the Braves, but by his father and mother. He threw his arms around his father, and as he left the home plate area, his mother came running across the grass, threw her arms around his neck, kissed him for all she was worth.
That is so beautiful to me, man.
As any good mother would do.
Absolutely, and she had speed too, because she got out there quick. That's but I mean, I don't know about you guys, but that brought goose pimples up on me.
Oh yeah.
You know,
just to know, like I said, in the Deep South, for a black man to get a standing ovation.
Because they don't know. I mean, I'm sure you guys know he got death threats the whole year from crazy white folk. If they're saying we're going to kill you if you break Babe Ruth's record, we're going to kill you over a baseball game. Threaten him. He had security at the game. Do you know? I saw him on Letterman, and I'll let you guys get out of here. And there was, when he hit the home run, there was 2 white guys that ran out on the field with him and ran around the bases with him. And Hank Aaron said his security person had pulled his pistol out while in the stands, was prepared to shoot those 2 white guys because he didn't know what they were. They just ran on the field. So his security guy was prepared to bust the cap in both of them. They were,
wow.
Yeah, and then it finally looked like they were going to give Hank a hug, and so that's what saved their lives. That's how that's how close they were to
Right.
So
but then also to feel that glad and to put themselves out there like that, you know what I mean, that to cross over that line, that they were so excited that he did it that they wanted to hug him and share that moment.
Absolutely. Hey guys, I enjoyed it tonight. Deborah, Terry, thank you so much for
thank you, Tuff Daddy.
Absolutely, and maybe we can do it again. It's been a great show. I will clean this up and I'll send it to you guys and share this in your link. And we'll do this again next Thursday to our people. Thank you for joining us. This has been Tuff Talk Live. We'll see you when we see you. All right.
All right. Thank you. Happy coffee.
Happy coffee. Happy coffee. Yes.
Happy coffee. I want some happy coffee.